What's up? It is my weekly sports rant. Doing it. I wanted to do it yesterday, but Lucy had a game. I'm not blaming her, and so it just fell by the wayside. So usually I go Colts, IU, random sports, and that's how it's gonna keep going. So Colts, I don't know where to start, except Ballard and Wright gotta go. I mean, I don't know what that was this past Sunday against Tennessee, but it's hard to watch. I sound like a fair weather fan, and you can probably categorize me as a fair weather fan, but at the end of the day, I'm going to stick with the Colts through and through. It is hard to watch for my mental well-being and my physical well-being. Like, honestly, I saw a meme a while ago that said men pick their favorite team at the age, like their favorite NFL team at the age of like 9, 10, or 11, and then they decide to let it ruin their life for 4 months or put them in a bad mood for 4 months out of the year. That is true, and I hate how true that is. But I mean, why? All I can say is why. What? Why did we not go after a better quarterback? Why did we have to go after Matt Ryan? What? Why are we not drafting like replacements for our O lineman? Like our left tackle Pryor, he's a revolving door. He can't save anybody. He couldn't. I don't know. I'm not gonna say that's a little harsh. He could not save. I don't think he could stop a defensive end from Cardinal Ritter. Like, that's how trash he is. What? Come here. You can sit with me. All right. So after that meltdown, like, I don't get it. Tennessee should have beaten the Colts worse than they did. And now the Colts are on a short week. They have, what is their name? Denver tomorrow night, Thursday night game. No Jonathan Taylor. Tyquan Lewis is out with a concussion. Julian Blackmon's out with a sprained ankle. Darius Shaquille Leonard is out with a concussion and a broken nose and his back. Like, he just has a whole lot going on. And what I don't get with him is, like, week before when they're playing the Chiefs, you're jumping up and down on the sidelines. Then it's time to, I get it, like, game speed's different from trying to get your team hype, but I don't get it. I don't. This is going to be a rough season. Everyone's saying, hey, tank for Bryce Young. But honestly, Lamar Jackson doesn't have a guaranteed contract. He doesn't have a contract, period. They need to go after Lamar Jackson. Will the Colts do that? No, they won't go after Lamar Jackson. They'll probably go after like Trubisky or Josh Rosen. They'll probably try and get Jacoby Brissett back. No. Now, there's another issue I had with the Colts game on Sunday. The first touchdown that Tennessee scored, I don't know who number 25 is for the Colts defense. Hey, what's in your mouth? What's in your mouth? Hey, look at me. Lucy.
It's my money.
Don't put your money in your mouth, please. Okay? Okay? This child. Whoever number 25 is on the Colts defense, he's a safety. You're absolutely trash. How are you going to be... they were playing base zone defense in the red zone. No, within 5 yards. Goal line, base zone defense. You're gonna let this man run right in front of you, not touch him, not knock him off his route, just, oh, hey, look, there goes Robert Woods. And what does he do? He catches a touchdown and opens up the floodgates of what is scoring for this Tennessee offense. I don't get it. I don't get what the play call was. I don't get why he didn't react. I don't know if he's a rookie. I don't know. I don't. So the fact that happened really tilted me at first. I was livid. Luckily, my family wasn't around because my wife would be giving me an earful right now. Now, Denver is a 3-point favorite, maybe 3.5-point favorite going into tomorrow night. Colts have no Jonathan Taylor, which now that I say that, I want to check the line again because that's got to be better. And it has to be more in Denver's favor now. Could be wrong, but what do I know? I could talk about the Pacers too now. I can talk a little baseball. Cole Beasley retired. Blake Bortles is retired. 3.5 points for Denver still. I don't know how, but I'm curious to see. I watch it. Hey Lucy, do you want to say hi? All right. So that kind of covers the Colts. Colin Cowherd. Good job, baby. Oh, are you getting down? Colin Cowherd has said that Bill Belichick is creating a toxic environment for the New England staff and the whole organization. Maybe I can pray that maybe Colts right goes, Ballard goes. We get a GM who has a brain, get a coach who has success. Sorry, that you shouldn't have seen that. Ugh. And just ask, have them go after Lamar Jackson if the Ravens don't re-sign him. Have them go after Sean Payton, after Bill Belichick. Get these winners. Like, I don't. That's all I can ask for my mental well-being, and so my wife stops telling me to get. So she can stop telling me to get mad about stupid sports.
Not when people on your wife.
Hey, I'm recording this, so.
Yep.
Okay. Going to IU. Tom Allen needs to go. I like Tom Allen as I don't know him, but as a person, I feel like I get along with him. But he's like Reich. He's a good guy. He doesn't win enough. And that's just, that can't cut it in the Big Ten. And then we lose to Nebraska by 2 touchdowns. A team that was 1-3. 1-3. They lost to Georgia Southern, got embarrassed by Oklahoma. They lost to teams that they should have beaten, except for Oklahoma. And they go out and completely dog walk IU. That was frustrating to watch. Honestly, I didn't watch it because I knew that would irritate me. So I decided to watch something else instead. But I mean, bully for Nebraska. My friend Daniel was texting me about it, and IU in typical fashion, they didn't finish the game. They had one good quarter. Like the Colts, actually IU and the Colts both outperformed the entirety of the game, and the second quarter. The second quarter for the Colts and for the Hoosiers was their go-to quarter. Like, but what I don't get is you can't put 4 quarters of that together. How? Like, during the game planning of the week, like, what is it? During game planning on Monday, Tuesday, whenever they do it, do they just go and be like, hey, how about we just try for 1 quarter and see what works out for us? Is that what goes down? Now I'm being facetious because obviously it doesn't, but it seems like they like playing from behind. I don't see the point in that. I mean, that just I can't keep talking about it. IU plays Michigan this Saturday. It's a primetime game, as is their game against Maryland. Well, not primetime. IU is a noon kickoff on Fox against Michigan. Michigan is a 22-point favorite. That is disrespectful to Michigan. This is going to be an absolute bloodbath. It won't be good. It won't be fun to watch. I don't plan on watching it. I'll get the updates on my phone, and honestly, I will hope that NCAA, for the sake of IU football, will implement a running clock like the IHSAA has for high school football, high school soccer, maybe even basketball. The NCAA needs to put in the Indiana Hoosiers rule, and it's like, hey, if a team is up by 3 touchdowns on IU, running clock. I don't care who gets hurt. If they get hurt, clock's still running. Unless they have to bring out like a stretcher or something, then that's another thing. But I can't with this team. I just they need a new coach, new scheme, a whole different staff. IU kind of went downhill when their strength coach left and he went to Alabama. You can't see Lucy's shirt. My wife does good work, doesn't she?
Ready to match for the
Can't know. Now, one thing that I've been wondering about offensive like play schemes for college and NFL is if the belly would work. Like, so Monrovia, they run what's called the belly. Blocking, it's like man on to play side gap or whatever, something like that. Blocking's not hard. The plays aren't hard. There's like 3 passing plays. Hey, it's old school. I'm gonna run the ball down your throat, nickel, like get 3-4 yards at a time. But it's gonna be a battle in the trenches. I would like to see that. See a team try that in the NFL, or even at the collegiate level. If I had a summer with like the Colts, like if the NFL and NCAA did relegation like soccer does, and they get relegated to like the Arena League or like to D2, D3, NAIA, I would wholeheartedly love an opportunity to take a team who will underperform and try and get them to run the belly. Do it. It'll take a few years to get going. I get that, but I think it'd be interesting. I don't know if it would work, but something I've thought about. All right, on to the Pacers. Hold on. Pacers are going to be trash. I'm gonna say that now. I love them, but they've not been good since the Mouse at the Palace in 2005. That is when they went downhill as a franchise. Now everyone's riding high on Tyrese Halliburton, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all's. When he enters the Drew League and drops 8 points, 10 rebounds, and like 9 assists, and the Pacers social media team said that he had himself a game where he's putting in work. I could do that. I don't even play basketball. I can't even hit a layup. And I could do better than 8, 10, and 8 or whatever it was. That is sad. That's average for someone who gets like 8 minutes of playing time. That is, I don't want to say what it is, but that is just awful. I don't get why we traded for him. I don't get why they got rid of Sabonis. Today's episode is going to be full of whys and I don'ts, because I'm just at a loss for words with literally everything going on with Indiana sports. Except for Purdue. Purdue could burn to the ground and I'd be happy. Can't stand Purdue. Their fans get happy over, oh, we beat Indiana State 56-0. That's like me celebrating that I can beat my daughter in a wrestling match. Like, oh, well, we beat such and such. Again, who are they? IU plays teams like Cincinnati, Michigan, Michigan State, Ohio State, Penn State. They battle for a quarter, but still it's like, and then Purdue's playing Georgia Southern and Indiana State. They'll play Ball State and be like, oh, look at us. We need to be top 10. We need to be top 10 in the pitiful column. Like, why y'all happy about that? Now, I've said in the past the only time I'd root for Purdue is if they win against Ohio State, but that's a bold-faced lie. In that instance, I'm hoping the stadium collapses and both teams lose. Hope there's no injuries, but I just hope the stadium falls down and no one wins. It's a draw, and that's that. Now, and I know I went from the Pacers to college football. Can you ask mommy? So next. Okay. Next. Do you want to sit with me? No. I'm not gonna edit this. Also, like, y'all get this raw and uncut. Oh, Lucy, people have asked for you to be in the videos a little bit more. They like seeing you. No? Okay. Sorry, she doesn't want to. Sorry, Mom.
Daddy.
Yes. Hey, Mommy said she's almost done. Hey, pick up your coins. Pacers aren't going to be good this year. We traded away Malcolm Brogdon. They're putting all their eggs in their basket on Chris Duarte, Goga Batadze, who's absolutely trash, and Tyrese Halliburton. Like, that's going to be our big three. Maybe take out Goga and put Miles Turner. That's our big three. That is the most unintimidating big three ever. I've taken dumps that have been scarier than this Pacers lineup. I've been afraid. I don't think my wife likes that analogy. I've been more afraid of my wife than I have of this Pacers team. Oh, look at you being like finding a way, Lucy. I'm proud of you. She went and got her own chair. So I've talked about Colts and their issues. Talked about IU and their issues. Talked about Pacers and their issues. Cardinals, not a lot of issues. They are in the playoffs. They play the Phillies first. That starts Friday. If best of 3, if they win that, then they'll play Atlanta, best of 5. And then after that, if they can win that, then they'll be the NLCS against whoever comes out on the other side. That'll be best of 7. If they win that, then World Series. As a fan, I'm hoping that they can go out, especially for Pujols, Molina. I hope that they can go out in the World Series, like go out and win it. But I hope they have a deep run in the playoffs. So I'm not going to hold my breath on that. Now, since I'm on the topic of baseball, I will talk about Aaron Judge. Last night, he finally hit his 62nd home run, which Roger Maris did in 1960, or he breaking Roger Maris's record of 61 home runs in a season by a American League player. That was set in 1961. And I think it's 2022. Christina, you're smart. What's 2022 minus 1961? Is that 61? Oh my gosh. All right, hold on. You get to watch me stare at this screen and type it in because boy, I can't think. I have a calculator on this.
I like pink. I really like pink. I'm gonna let you like. Hello? I'm gonna let. Hello?
I don't know what Lana's barking at, but 61 years. So it's been 61 years since that record was set. He broke it. Now, I think it was an ESPN reporter. His name's Jeff Passan. He said 62 is a great achievement, but Barry Bonds set the record in 2001, early 2000s, of 73 home runs in a season. He should go for that. That is the all-time record, and I get it. There's an asterisk by anything that Barry Bonds has done since he's been with the San Francisco Giants, but that's the current record. People need to be not celebrating it, but like that's what he needs to be pursuing. And I don't think we will see that ever again. In other baseball news, I could say the machine and not Bert Kreischer, Albert Pujols is number 2 on the all-time RBIs list with 2,218. I want to say 2,218. Behind Hank Aaron, who is 2,297. Albert would need to play one more year to catch that, and I don't think he will, and that's fine. Other sports things I can talk about. Oh, also, I'm not going to be doing fantasy football this week. I said it. The only thing you need to know is I dropped Von Miller and Darius Leonard, picked up Cam Jordan and Devin White. But I can talk Wake Forest Army. So I follow Army football. I follow most Army football, Army wrestling. Excuse me. Since I was in the Army, I follow them. Especially since when the Army Navy game, if Army won, we'd get the day off. Or the following Sunday off, which is dope. Or Monday off. I can't talk. Anyway, Army plays Wake Forest this weekend. Wake Forest is a 14.5-point favorite. Now, I'm conflicted because my best friend growing up is on staff at Wake Forest. But I don't want to see Army lose. So that is I'd rather not have a dog in that fight. That's all I'll say about that. Now, speaking of Wake Forest, 2 weeks ago, they take number 5 Clemson to double overtime, lose by touchdown. And they drop from like 16 to 21 or 16 to 22. Clemson stays where they're at. This week, Georgia beats Missouri 26 to 22. Georgia is number 1 in the country. Missouri's unranked. Georgia beats them 26 to 22. They dropped down a spot because they have a close win. Why did Clemson not drop down a spot? That makes absolutely no sense. They should have dropped because that was an awful performance. Now people will be like, "Oh, well, that's an outlier." Doesn't matter. It was close. Went to double overtime, which people probably thought it shouldn't have. It needs Clemson should have dropped. Drop 2 or 3. You leave Wake Forest alone, and that's that. What else? I don't think a lot's happened sports wise. Like I said, Cardinals playoffs start Friday. Cardinals play Phillies. They win. They play the Braves. Colts play tomorrow night. Pacers are currently playing. IU plays Saturday. Army plays Saturday. And I'm off next week, so I could get this up sooner. It could be better, more well thought out, because right now I'm flying by the seat of my pants. I'm not going to shoot an intro for this, but I mean, I can say what I usually say right now. If you like the video, feel free to drop a like down below or possibly share this with a friend. If you're feeling extra generous, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. As always, stay tuned. Until next time.